Hello! It's time to look at some YouTube comments. Last week was going to be pretty unhinged because of the ban list. We have some amazing comments to go over this week. But first, we're going to start off with some simple stuff like I am the man of no name says needs more trident arm. Now, first of all, if you want to leave comments, please leave them in the comments of my videos and I might get to you. But please don't leave comments like this, because this does nothing for me. This is obviously in response by Black Ward Raymond, but I don't think he's read Trident Arm. I don't think he knows what Trident Arm does, and he's not even offering any suggestions why Trident Arm would be good in this meta. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's a very bad take, with nothing to go off of. This guy is just dumb. Dumb. We got Bert4313. If this was a Ward Raymond version, what's your level 6 lineup? And I only covered this because the Grimjow actually answered my question. Actually answered it. Exactly. 4 BT12 Ward Raymond and 2 BT9 Ward Raymond X. That would be the lineup. Now, this would change obviously in BT14 because we get a new very powerful Ward Raymond there. But for now, that's a good answer. I like that a lot. We got Arc Dragoon. Mario, where is the opening sequence? I'm missing the Mario being yelled at me. Well, sometimes I just don't include it. And that's just the way it is. That's it. Kyle Kabalithasan. Surprised you didn't talk about Death X Quartz in your preparation for Jesmon Blue Hybrid coming back. The meta after post ban list will see a lot of cards on board. I don't know if this comment is a troll comment or not. I have been able to unidentify whether this comment is serious or not. Because Jesmon isn't going to do much, and Blue Hybrid isn't going to do much. So do we need to talk about cards for a meta that probably won't exist? You know what I mean? And this actually raises a good point, though. A good point that if you watched yesterday's video, I think I talk about. Because I uploaded a video, or if I didn't upload it yesterday, now you know it's coming. A video about how we're getting no BT14 regionals or whatever. So what's the market going to do? Death X is banned in Ultimate Cup format, and Quartz is only good in your green decks in Ultimate Cup format. So, there is no meta to adapt to, which is a serious problem. So I don't know if this guy is being serious or not, but I'll just leave it as a not serious comment. Mox Moonstone. Gabu is up because of All Force. You see, you say that, but BT15 Garurumon decks are running the EX1 Gabu. I saw some deck lists online just a few days ago, before Super Mario Wonder came out. And people are playing that Gabumon in BT15. Is it parallel to All Force? Maybe, sure, but no one cares about All Force, in my opinion. Except for, 4 people. PKMJZ. You really don't need Jesmon GX Single TK version. You see, that's true. And this is obviously in response to my Market Watch video. But the people that like to sell cards don't care. People will say, oh, Saber Huck's back to 4. Let's try to get as much money as possible from our Jesmon GXs. And that's just kind of how it is. And sure, maybe you don't need it, but people will play it because it's Jesmon GX. And sometimes you can't just OTK. So this comment is just crazy for multiple reasons there. Rudy Ramos 1336. Mario never showed us his big black block. He sounded so sure of its performance, I guess it was lacking once he really whipped it out and tested it. This is really funny because this was on my last week's comment video. But my starter deck, my Black Ward Raymond video, is a big black blocker deck. And I uploaded it before the comment video came out on Wednesday. So, that's a very funny coincidence that this comment appeared and then that video appeared a couple days later. I want you guys to know that it was not a coincidence. I happened to upload it just way earlier. It's just funny, though. It's really funny. Peter Nar YouTube says, Mario has acknowledged Chaos Galamon's supremacy with his thumbnail. We're so back. No, I have not done that. Just because it's on the thumbnail doesn't mean it's good. That's all I'm going to say about that. There is no such thing as Chaos Galamon supremacy. And then this comment struck me for a chord from XX Greatest Yukno WXX. Mario, you sound like a liberal. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. I've tried to like dissect what he means when I say I sound like a liberal. I don't know. I have no idea. So if you could elaborate on this, or if anyone in the comment section could elaborate what makes me sound like a liberal, I would really, really appreciate that. Merciful Sun PS3. That jamming on Eyesmon was just too powerful. Now we're getting to all the ban list related comments. Now we're getting to all of the good stuff, I like to say. All of the good stuff here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 comments left. Wait, yeah, 7 comments left after this one. And this is all ban list talk. Yes, Eyesmon Scatter Mode 1-1 because its jamming was far too powerful. Yep, that's just kind of how it goes. You know, to be fair, some people will call that jamming free value, and some people just don't care because they'll trigger it with a Death Claw or something. So, like, it's okay. Or the 5,000 IQ play, run it into your opponent's Digimon that's suspended. You're all good. All right. Madisney, 1, 2, 3. Rip to the people who wanting to do purple base Garurumon in the West. Honestly, I'm not too bothered by the choice as a whole. It's just unfortunate these generic purple effects were on the 2 of the most decent purple Gabumon. My main issue is the same that I had with the last couple of lists. Timing. They are heavily different EX5 BT50 strategies before they even are available to us, hitting unproblematic current strategies in the process. This, I like this comment. This is a very in-depth and well thought of comment. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter. And the reason why is because it's common. Is it common? It's definitely an available fact that card games like to have different metagames between their nations and countries. For example, Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG's been playing a different format since Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, since Nom, it feels like. And Pokemon is kind of similar, sort of, but not really. Digimon really goes full-blown into it, where they will just hit the cards so that we don't have to deal with it. Now, Devil's Advocate, I don't think this is a problem. I think it's really cool that the North American side gets their own thing. They get their own format to play with, right? Okay, so if you can't do Purple Base Garurumon EX5 for Nationals, what can you do instead? Well, it just means that decks like Lugamon, or not, I guess Lugamon too, but decks like Anubis Merva are way better. Decks like War Greymon are way better. So it changes our meta slightly. It's just one less deck available to us. I don't think that's a big deal. And if you want to play the Melga deck in EX5 at Nationals, just play blue cards. It doesn't really matter too much. So, yeah, good comment, though. It's, yeah, if you want to play the purple-based deck in EX5, it's more difficult. Not impossible, mind you, but more difficult to do. Definitely. You still have 4 of the starter deck Gabumon that just came out. One of the other one that they got limited. 4 Gabu X, blue-purple, and then, like, whatever else you want to do. Like, not impossible, per se, but you did lose your best purple rookie because the starter deck one is only once per turn. The new old starter deck one is not once per turn. Alright. Fussel Teddy 0707. The normal Eyesmon can come back because it only comes back if its scatter mode is in the trash. And that's going to happen pretty rarely after this list. I think that's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I think it's going to be a lot easier to get a scatter mode in trash. Digimon could turbo through cards like nothing, especially purple decks. And then you don't want to start going crazy. A deck, like, it might not happen. It might not happen. But I think it's just too much free value to let it happen. That's my opinion. I don't think the regular Eyesmon should go back. But if you disagree with me, let me know. Shades. I don't think Jet Sophie will ever come back. Even with decks able to keep up the frequent healing, it would still be seen as annoying with other players. How about you shut up? That's all I'm going to say to that. Horatio Hernandez 2850. You're correct. Anubis Mon Lugamon are untouched. Sometimes I like to include a comment that's just very plain and white, very straight to the point. I am correct. I usually am. Yep. I want Shopmon X4 unrestricted. Laughing emoji from G-Town. No. Card's too good, unfortunately. Straight X Jess Edge. Well, now my red purple imperial deck is unplayable. This is called collateral damage. I didn't even think about this when I was like banlist reacting and stuff. It was this person that reminded me that red purple imperial still exists. Period. And yeah, scatter mode, you played 4 of it. I still have my old deck in a box. Yeah. It sucks. It is what it is, though. And the final comment today goes to something incredibly unhinged. It's Mordecai. Bandai just destroyed every purple deck. Except Beals. Also except Lugamon. Also except Anubis Mervamon. This comment is really out there. This goes to like the toxic side of the Digimon world, where like, or the toxic side of like anything in general, where people will like complain about nothing because they can, because the keyboard empowers them to complain about anything on the internet. That's the kind of world we live in nowadays. But no, this is just wrong. Scatter mode takes the options off of certain purple decks, and the Goblimon cards take options of certain purple decks, absolutely. But it's not that big of a deal. Yeah. I'd argue Buffamon even still fine with the list. So, I don't know. Yeah, there you go. That's it for today's video, guys. A lot of ban list discussion, obviously. Next week, we'll move on to more normal times, I'm certain. Right? Okay, bye!